Donahue, and this is my final presentation. Um, why I chose the analysis paper. I want to improve my analytical writing. First off, I want to be an attorney, and I feel like incorporating my research into writing is very important, and in the aspect of law and doing stuff like that. So I think this paper is just another step in the right direction of me learning how to do that. And quite frankly, I think it's the best paper option for me. I liked all the other options, but I think my best chance to get my best grade is through this format of the final project. So I think this was the best option for me. Um, Another reason is I get to create a thesis of the creature being the main protagonist. This is something I have pressed on throughout this semester, through discussion boards, through class discussions. It is something I'm passionate about as because I love the creature as a character, and I'll go on into that more later. I also want to take the chance to show how the creature is mistreated in society, and how it's, at least in the book, and how it can relate to our society. I think this is something that kind of reminded me, especially with a lot of things that happened throughout this pandemic. The things we've seen occur in our society. I think mistreatment is at the base of it, and it, I always learn that history repeats itself. So I want to definitely touch on that in this analysis. And boom, like I said, Creature is one of my favorite literary characters, and I really want to explore this character in every avenue. Um, Let me move this. Cool. The most interesting and the most productive. Most interesting, reviewing and rereading all the different texts we have read in this class. I love the analysis papers that we have done throughout the semester. You learn a lot about the creature and all the other characters, and honestly, what Shelley was trying to write in the novel. And I think that is just wonderful that I get to reread and look for specific quotes on the creature in this aspect, and also kind of rereading the novel, which I really liked, because I have to look for specific quotes. I get to reread different scenes and really see what Shelley's doing. So I think that's really cool. I also like researching other academic journals, because there are great journals out there to read about Shelley's Frankenstein, and it's cool to experience and read some of these other different journals, and a lot of them are on the creature, so that's really cool. And that, one of I've done this a few times in college, write a critical analysis on something, but it's always cool when you get to write something that you're passionate about. Like, there's been a couple classes where I've had to write a critical analysis, like on biology, and I'm not really too intrigued with biology, but like this writing on the creature is something that I'm truly interested in and excited to. Areas I've been most productive has been researching on databases. I have found a good amount of sources that I have liked. I have in the presentation I've narrowed down to 5 that I really like, and I'm still researching. So I feel like researching never really ends until you actually start getting through the thick of the first draft. And also finding quotes from the novel. I have a lot of highlighted from my annotations, and just rereading some of those annotations, I'm finding a lot of good quotes that could add into this analysis. Um, have to add the least productive so far. Constructing my actual thesis. I have not begun the writing process. I am still in the early stages of this process with analysis, which will be coming later on this weekend or beginning of next week, where I will actually dig in to writing this paper. And really, I think, that being said, the thesis and an outline are usually the most important when it comes to writing a paper like that. And I think by not doing that so far, I've been the least productive in this process, and luckily, I still have a little bit of time to do that. So once I am fully done with my research this weekend, that will be my first train of thought is to do that. Goals, logic, and analytic work. Main goal or theme of the essay: keep reiterating that the monster is the protagonist of the novel, and to show how the mistreatment of the creature is still present today. Um, I said this in the opening scene of my presentation. I think this is very vital to my outline, my analysis, and I think just hammering away at that throughout my analysis will help um, get my point across more than I am in this presentation. Um, the main logic is to let it be known that there is a real problem in our society, being different and mistreated. It goes, when I look back, not to, stir the pot, but when I see like the riots because of the George Floyd murder, it sparks like national outcry that people who are different than others are getting mistreated just because of who they are or what they look like. I'm sorry, what they look like, not who they are. Um, if we got to know everybody, the world would probably be a different place. But we have these predetermined judgments of people, and that's how the um, whole entire situation over the pandemic started was because of a pre judgment of someone that led to their death, that led to his death, and it's truly awful. And George Floyd is far from the last person or the first. There's multiple cases where people are just mistreated, discriminated because of how they look. And quite frankly, that's something I wish I could change in society, and I'm pressing on. And I think maybe this paper is a step in the right direction by showing how it happens in literature. I think literature is a important part of showing importance with societal issues. And why not look at Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? I think that's very important. Analytical work focusing on the creature's character and using academic journals to compare it to our society. Basically, just combining my main goal and my main logic will help a lot. And like what I said about my main logic, I think it is important to relate it to society in one way or another. A few of my sources. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. A few of my sources. The one from class I am choosing is Born This Way. Reading Frankenstein with Disability. I think this is a great article. I loved it when I read it. Very personal for me because of my brother. I think this would be a great addition to my analysis. Monstrosity, Suffering, Subjective, and Sympathetic Community in Frankenstein and the Structure of Torture. This is a very interesting article by Josh Bernatchez. It definitely dives into what the character of the creature was really going through throughout the novel and the pain and suffering that it was subjected to, and really that was on the creatures. And I think this is a great article to draw quotes from. And me, I'm a sympathetic person towards the creature, so this one kind of was a home run. The political geography of horror in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein by Fred Randall. This is a great article just because it gives a different aspect of to my paper, and I think it adds to why it is a horror film, horror movie, horror novel. Can't talk. I think this can really help with my analysis in the way that maybe the horror is the reason why he's mistreated, and like a sense of fear, which is in this academic journal. Um, creatures, Creators and Creatures: The Creation Account in Genesis and the Idea of the Artificial Humanoid by Garber Emrys. Um, Great article. I think this talks about. Um, I know this talks about the correlation between Genesis and the creation story to the creature's creation, and I think this is a great article to add because um, I think the creation is a key reason why the creature is mistreated. Um, in a sense, so this is a great article to add. And then Mary Shelley's Frankenstein: What Made the Monster Monstrous by Ronald Britton. Great article. Probably one of my favorite reads so far throughout the research process. And it kind of dives into why the monster is viewed as monstrous throughout the book. And I can correlate to it as why the characters in the book who view it, the creature as monstrous, are wrong. Great source. Questions for me: what aspects of my critical analysis of the creature should I focus on more? Um, do you believe that I will have enough content while I continue my research? Do I need more sources? Research more? Please, guys, give me some input. Does my topic constitute for a critical analysis? I have been wondering this, but I would also love to hear your guys' opinion and basically just any basic suggestions you have for me. I appreciate your analysis and your responses to my discussion posts throughout this semester, as well as the Zoom meetings. I think you guys have a lot of great input, and I'd love to hear it going into my analysis paper. Other than that, that is all. Thank you so much.